Hey everybody, this is Jeff Bernard with Solve Systems, and today we're going to go over ClickUp API endpoints for goals. Goals is a interesting feature that ClickUp has added to be able to track things. It seems a little bit like it's not fully in its full form. You can't add dynamic information, to my knowledge, into it. You can't reference lists or anything like that. You could build a dashboard off of those metrics, but as far as goals, you sort of have to update them manually. However, we could use the API, which we'll go over, to be able to update these things dynamically. We're not going to get into the nuances of doing the updates. If you want custom development, you can reach out to me for that. But we will go over how to access the different aspects of goals via the API. So like and subscribe to our channel, and so you can follow along for the rest of the tutorials for the ClickUp series for the API, and reach out to me if you have any questions. So let's get going. So we have a few windows open here. We have the ClickUp documentation, specifically the goals endpoints. Chevron is clicked down and those are expanded. We have our ClickUp window back here in Postman, and we're going to cycle through them as we're doing things. So a little bit about these endpoints. We have a few of them. We have our get goals. We have post goals to create them. Get goal, it's for a specific goal using the ID of that goal. We have we're able to update goals, delete a goal, get the key results, and then edit key results, delete key results. So those are our methods. And then if we look into ClickUp, we'll sort of talk about the goal here. The reason why I said that it seems like it's not a fully baked product is that I don't see a way of getting the ID, but that may be wrong and I may be correcting myself here. So goals 1, that could be it. So let's go take a look. We'll get right into it and we'll reference our endpoints. So get goals. This will get all of our goals, and we know for sure that we'll be able to get the ID there. So let's give that a test. So we'll get our team ID, and to do that, we saw in actually copy this link, and any link in ClickUp will have the team ID right here. It'll be the first part of the URL. So our team ID here is this number, and we'll see that, okay, so we get the ID of, so we have a little bit of an interesting structure here for the JSON response. We have the ID, which is the UUID, right? So the universal ID for that object within the database, and then we have a pretty ID, and we'll see that in the get goal, we're going to need the UUID. So via the API, we have to look it up by UUID. We can't look it up by the ID of the pretty ID, in other words. So that's our get goals. That gets everything that is a goal within ClickUp. And then we can get the single goal. So we'll need the goal ID, which is not ideal that you would have the UUID to look it up by, but I guess that's how you look up other things in ClickUp, so it sort of makes sense to me, but it'd be nice if you had the pretty ID as well. So we're able to get the goal by its UUID, right? That long string of numbers and letters, and we can see the information. So it's invoices. We named that on the front end. We have the pretty ID. We have the date it was created, which is in milliseconds Unix. It's a little, obviously you can't read that on the front end, but you could put it through something like Microsoft Logic Apps and do some conversions and assign the IDs to it, or sorry, the dates to it. So we'll just look at the other information. These are the key results, which we'll reference in a second. And we have your general ClickUp structure for that. So the next one is create a goal, and we'll need some information here. So the due date, and this is what I mean by if you were putting it through an API processor like something like Logic Apps, Zapier, or Power Automate, you'll need to give it Unix time. And if you're putting it in from another system that has a ISO date time, then you'll need to convert that into Unix time, which can be a little bit of a aggravation, but it's definitely doable. So we'll look at creating a goal, and we'll get the team ID back from our get goals. So get our team ID, and let's see where our team ID is. We'll go back and just get that from ClickUp. All right, we got our team ID, and we want to go and create our goal. So team ID, and then we'll just leave this boilerplate data in here. Obviously, if you were using Power Automate or Logic Apps, you would populate this with the things that you needed. For an example, you could have when you could poll every few minutes and total up the number of invoices you have, create an invoice goal, and then when an invoice is processed for a status, say to paid, then we can have that update our goal. That's a realistic scenario that I could see happening. And so we'll see access team not found, and that's interesting. So that you update. If you're doing this through the API, you're going to have to assign it to someone or have an owner, right? And that needs to be someone from your team. If you're just using the boilerplate here, you can't do that. So now we'll see that, okay, it looks like we have a goal, and so we'll click more goals, and then we'll see that this new goal has been created. So we're able to create a goal, and then we'll need to say update a goal, and so we can go and get the goal ID from here. That's always going to be the first thing in your ClickUp API structure, and we will paste it up here. And again, this all can be done dynamically, and we can say update goal name. We'll need to get our owners from here, and this looks good. And we'll see that the name of the updated goal will get refresh and updated goal name. So we updated the goal with that endpoint. We'll see what else we have. So we got goals, we created goals, we got a single goal, we updated the goal. We can create a key result. So we'll do that here. Create a key result. And we'll have to copy some information. We put our key owner there. And then we'll need to get our goal ID from updated goal. And we can paste that in there. And number start, let's see. Yeah, so it looks like we added a key result. That's okay. It looks good. And we'll see, yep, key result. So we were able to add that information, and we could change that information. So let's say we wanted to edit the key result, and we'll say key result ID. We go and get that from the key result here, and then we'll edit the ID here. And we can see if this updates. Yep, looks like it updated. And we can see it updated to target 10. So we updated our goal, see new key result right here. Note target achieved. Great. So if we put all of this together, we are able to get the key results, and we're able to get goals and we're able to update them. So as referenced before, we could do something like count invoices and show quickly our goals for invoices, which would be how many have been processed versus how many that are opened. And if we wanted to delete a key result, which we'll do like this cleanup step, right? We can get our key result ID and then delete the key result. And if we go and look at ClickUp and refresh, we can see we deleted the key result. So that allows us to clean that step up. And then lastly, we'll delete a goal. So we got goals. We're able to get this goal. We'll go get the goal ID. And then we'll delete the goal. So we're able to, we get an OK 200. And we deleted the goal. So that runs through all of the endpoints for the goals endpoints for the ClickUp API. If you need any help with integrating any other aspect of ClickUp with goals or any other aspects of the ClickUp API, please feel free to reach out to me and we'll talk to you later.